The Emmy-nominated Good Morning Football, Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. Eastern on NFL Network, and then GMFB overtime after that right here on the Roku channel, the Roku portal. Tonight's coverage on NFL Network of the draft continues at 7 Eastern time. Ladies and gentlemen, Kyle Brandt.
Hi, everybody. Hello. Hello. I love these facilities you find, Rich. I was there last year in Detroit.
Yep.
It always has the feeling of where you go to plan the big bank caper. You know, like we're in our hideout.
Last year we were in a bank last year.
That's perfect.
It was like
you spread the map and who's going to cut the power and who's going to drive the getaway car. It always has vibes of that here, and that gets me excited. So I'm happy to be here.
Well, we're just here. We're here just stealing money. That's what we're doing.
I understand.
Just talking.
Good for you.
And did you buy this jacket next door, the starter jacket in the vintage store?
This jacket, and everybody's talking about this vintage store, and this is so adorably Green Bay.
Right here on Broadway.
There's a young man who hangs a shingle a couple blocks from Lambeau Field, and they have all of this legit stuff from 20, 30 years ago, and it's not stupid expensive either. No. But like if you want like a game-worn Antonio Freeman jersey, you can get one.
Oh, yeah.
You can get all the other teams. So I walked in. In fact, I didn't walk in. This was in the parking lot on some rack, and I was like, I'll take that, and I'm never taking it off.
Well, is this a Bills jacket? What is this?
Here's what's funny. It looks like a Bills jacket.
Yeah.
It actually is like, it seems like it's from the Rob Lowe collection. It's just the NFL. Yeah.
It's just
I represent all 32 teams. The league is who I'm a fan of. That's it.
Attaboy.
Team. Isn't that
Okay.
awesome?
It looks great.
Yeah.
It's perfect for the weather outside right now.
The weather's terrible. The clothes are great. But I feel like the Wisconsin charm giveth and taketh away.
Yes.
Rich and I are commiserating before we sit down.
Oh.
All right. In our hotel, I think Rich and I are in the same hotel.
Yes.
There are no less than 26 cover bands playing in a 360-degree surrounding
Exactly.
thing. Everyone's playing, and here's the taketh away. God bless the live music. They are playing the crappiest songs ever written, ever.
It's terrible.
I'm trying to go to sleep, and it's, I don't want to work. I just want to bang on the drum. Oh, God.
Yes, I'm with you.
You're hearing it.
Ladies and gentlemen, Kyle Brandt is here on the Rich Eisen Show.
I don't need the Alan Parsons Project. I'm trying to sleep.
I'm here on the Rich Eisen Show radio network, sitting at the Rich Eisen Show desk, furnished by Grainger. It supplies and solutions for every industry. Grainger has the right product for you. Call clickgrainger.com or just stop by. The flyover, sir. I was thinking of you. You were in one of those helicopters that went over the whole proceedings last night?
Yes, I was in a Black Hawk helicopter that flew right over Lambeau.
Ooh.
I was scared.
Wow.
I was nervous. And you'll appreciate this. So
Yes.
I'm trying to be locked in the moment. I'm also trying to be very respectful of the Wisconsin National Guard, who has me as their guest. And yet, all I'm thinking about are just like Nam movies. Like, you know, I'm thinking. That's me. Look at that.
Yeah, I mean, the door's open. You got the glasses on. Look at you.
It ain't me. It ain't me. I'm thinking of Credence the whole time. Like Fortunate Son, and they wouldn't let me play it. They wouldn't give me the aux cable, but it was an incredible, incredible thrill, life memory. And yet, we're going off in the helicopters, and I'm thinking of our guy in Die Hard, just like bleeping Saigon.
Yeah. Johnson & Johnson.
And I didn't say it, but I did capture the video, and to see Lambeau and to see the draft. We start at 1,500 feet, and this is part of the mission. We'll drop down to 1350 in diamond formation. Then we will cross Lambeau at precisely 6:45 p.m. at 500 feet. It is just gorgeous, the calculus that they go to, and they just nailed the end of the song. It was so fun.
I mean, over Lambeau, which was, so cool. You know, had a smattering of fans in there because it was where the red carpet was, and then 200,000 fans in the parking lot, and then the drafts. That had to be something else to fly over.
It was spectacular. Awesome. I told them I have 3 fears. Number 3, that I'm going to drop my phone, which I didn't. Number 2, that I'm going to fall out, which I didn't. And my biggest fear was that as we're flying over, that night the Bears are going to make a terrible draft, which I don't think they did. But I was more afraid of that than me falling out. And we survived, I think.
I thought the Browns were going to trade down a second time to the Bears for the Bears to come up and again beat the Raiders to Ashton Genty. I thought that was about to happen.
So did I.
I'm wondering if Ryan Poles tried to make it happen.
It's possible.
I bet he did.
I think Poles maybe tried to make it happen. I think he loved the guy that they got, the tight end, Colston Loveland.
And you have, by the way, I've seen this kid play more college football than most tight ends. You're going to love him.
Okay, well,
he's awesome.
Sell me, because I got some thoughts.
Because he's always open. Because he's got every move in the book. He's smart. He doesn't make mistakes. He very rarely drops the ball. Caleb Williams, if he's going to be looking for somebody, with all due respect to Cole Kmet, there's another guy. He's got a new BFF at that position. You're going to love him.
I love it.
He's your Sam Laporta in this offense, dude.
It's like a Sam Laporta clone. There's something that I came across months ago when I started to love him, before I even know he was going to be part of the Bears. And honestly, like for Michigan fans or now Bears, this is pornography. Like, so they beat Michigan State, okay?
Yes.
Chippy as hell, extracurriculars. And there's an interview with Colston Loveland you can go find on the field after the game, still sweating, still breathing hard. And they ask him about it. And he says, little brother's going to do little brother things. In the parameters of the game, we will always do what we have to do. And if you want to have business afterwards, we can have business. And I was like, I love that dude. Mm-hmm. And now he's a Bear, and he is that kind of red ass, like brawler type.
Yeah.
I love him.
He's got the touch of Jim. And again, what you need to do on behalf of the Bears and your fandom, because I do love Ryan Poles. There's just, did you see the moment where the pick was made and the Bears captured it? They need Kyle Brandt in the draft room. I don't know what's going on. Like they're all sitting there like staring at front like if they make a move,
I know,
they're about to be fired, or I don't know what it is. It's just there's something awkward. In Ben Johnson, there was a touch of the Gannon in that moment. And it's not like he went pew 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 at him.
No.
And by the way, Jonathan Gannon has completely reversed that course in just 2 years' time, right? They need you in the draft room. A little bit of rock and roll, a little bit of the angry pick.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like they got to have you in there with your cut off sleeves and the scepter and blow that draft room up. Man.
I'd be happy to do it. It's a little tight.
Did you see the video? It's just like this.
It feels a little like a Dead Poet Society, like before Robin gets there. Like we're not at a prep school, guys. Just loosen up a little bit.
Stand on the table and yawp when you choose Colston Loveland.
Pages out of the playbook and the draft board and relax. But of course, tonight, like they're getting Seth Rollins tonight, and I know
he was here an hour ago saying he'd be up for doing both picks. It's 39 and 41.
He has GOAT potential, like Drew Pearson, McAfee,
yes,
David Akers. Rollins could walk away and say that's the best one that's ever done because he does this for a living.
Yes,
and he's
going to cut a promo for the Bears. Is that what you're saying?
And I think he's going to go on offense. And you know what I suggested to him?
What?
So this is easy, Seth. You go after Clay Matthews and his dumbass with his long blonde haircut and shouting out everybody and the Bears still suck. That's your CM Punk. Go get him. And he's like, I got it. Like, I think it's going to be an all-timer. Watch Seth tonight. Seth's going to win the second round. Watch.
Plus, he's in hill mode right now.
Yes.
Too,
so you counseled him to do what you didn't do in the helicopter, which was scream, get some. That's what you're saying?
I was
get some.
All the lines are in. I'm trying to say, get to the chop. It smells like victory. All those lines. But again, I'm surrounded by the real people, and they were focused on their job. So I stayed contained.
The night one story is what? What is it? The night one story.
Well, I think
you can only choose one. You can only choose one. What is it?
I'm going to go positive.
Okay.
I love the fact that we have the classic question this morning. Good Morning Football. Who won round one? And I've said, I don't know if this has ever been the answer to this question.
Yes.
To me, it's the Jacksonville Jaguars. And I am so happy for them and so excited for them because the fact that we're talking about the Jaguars after the draft, and it's not the great job with the number one overall pick because you were the worst team in the league. They made what our friend Heisenberg calls an empire move. And they're in the empire business. And I am so proud of them. I'm impressed with them. They got the most interesting player, the most dynamic player. Mm-hmm. I am immediately interested in the 2025 Jacksonville Jaguars. Yeah. What reporter covers training camp? What reporter covers mini camp? And I'm not interested in talking about the price because the immediate take was, okay, good, you got Travis Hunter, but you're crazy. Look what you paid.
No, hold on. Let me jump in on that.
Get in here.
Okay, because if they give up a 2 and a 4 and a 1 next year.
Yeah.
Okay.
Fine.
And the 2 is the second pick they would have used on maybe a corner or a wide receiver after choosing a corner. They got 2 and 1. Okay, so 1 and the 2, you just use your first and second round pick on the Ohtani of football.
Yes.
Okay, so forget about that. Yeah. The 4th round pick that they gave up is worse than the one they got back from Cleveland. They actually upgraded their 4th round positioning, and they got a 6. They gave up a 1 next year, which is very expensive, but not when you're talking about Travis Hunter. I don't think they gave up as much as everybody's talking about.
I don't either.
For this.
And they drafted 2 players.
Empire move. Perfect way to put it, man.
Yeah. And you're Jacksonville. Let's be candid here. You're market 32. You don't have a lot of sizzle. The Trevor Lawrence thing is at best middling right now, at worst dying on a vine a year from now. Let's inject some juice. We got a new coach. Yeah. Let's make a bold move. Price be damned. I say this every year, and people don't agree with me. I hate draft picks as a currency. I think they are pixie dust. I think they're scratch-offs. Most of them don't work out. Even if they do, they work out with average returns. Spend them. If you love Travis Hunter, then don't leave Green Bay without Travis Hunter. It's so cool what they did, and I don't want to hear any of the criticism. I think the Jaguars in 2025 won the draft. That's awesome.
Kyle Brandt here on the Rich Eisen Show. You know, in Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, there's a friend that you can phone up, right?
Yeah.
So you're my friend for What's More Likely here.
Oh, great. Come on.
For our usual Friday staple. It's time for What's More Likely, presented by Spectrum.
Mm-hmm.
What's more likely?
Never say never, but never.
I love it. Okay, Chris Brockman, have at it, sir.
Hey, everybody. First time I get to say, Kyle, you good? Everybody good?
We're good.
I'm great.
Okay, great. Let's go.
Yes.
Good. What's more likely, guys? The team that surprised you most by making a move last night? Browns or Jaguars?
Okay. So they're just what was more likely to surprise me?
Yeah, more likely to surprise you. You seem more surprised the Browns moved out or the Jags moved up?
I'm surprised the Browns moved out. I'm not surprised. The Jaguars moving up, that was a bold move, but the Browns had Travis Hunter.
It's unbelievable.
Have you seen the Miz photograph of him learning?
No.
Who was the one who took this picture?
Angelo Dawkins of the Street Profit.
Okay. And he's a Bengals
you'll
fan.
see it.
He was on a plane, and the Miz had the moment captured where he learned that they traded out, and there it is on the screen right there.
That's not a great facial expression. Miz usually looks pretty happy. I've known Mike 25 years. I've never seen him make that expression.
And I texted him asking him, is this a real photograph of the moment he learned about Travis Hunter?
Yes.
And he responded by saying, unfortunately, yes. And that this is the moment that was captured because he told everyone on the plane, he said everyone on the plane was staring at me because I was bragging we were getting the best football player in the draft. He confirmed that's really him learning about it. So
I know Mike pretty well. At this point, I think he might be just be embarrassed that he's flying commercial. I think that's the facial expression. Mike does well. Those Miz's, they do great. Oh, yeah. I'm actually surprised.
So in the same way that Travis plays two positions, that's two emotions in one.
Yes,
right
the dichotomy.
Okay.
The Harvey Two-Face. Yes.
Okay, very good. All right. So I go Browns on that. Okay.
What's more likely, quarterback to be selected first tonight? Shedeur, Jalen Milroe, Tyler Shuck.
Why am I thinking it's not going to be Shedeur again tonight?
Preach. The Browns have 2 of the first 4 picks tonight. Okay, they don't have a quarterback. They have to get somebody more viable than what they got in the room, and my instincts, Rich, are a guy who I thought was going to get drafted last night. I'm surprised didn't was Milroe. I thought everybody had a crush on Milroe.
Right.
I still think that they juice for the talent, and he has a lot of things that Shedeur does not, and a lot of things they can work with.
Okay.
What do you think?
Why do I think it's going to be Shuck? I don't know if it's just because I have just that residue of last night.
Yeah, Tommy P said that's the hot rumor right now.
Tom loves Shuck.
Like I would basically say what's more likely, Shedeur or the field. I would take the field right now for some reason. I don't know.
Chris, you know what it is? The Browns have shown their hand. They don't love Shedeur. They may like him, but they don't love him. If they love him, he'd be a Brown right now.
Exactly.
Even at the end of the first round, you could trade back in and get him late if you wanted to. The Browns don't love him, which I don't think Kevin Stefanski's first quarterback ever drafted is going to be a guy he doesn't love. I don't think it'll be Shedeur to the Browns, and they're up twice.
What else, Chris?
More likely to be the Giants' Week 1 starting quarterback.
Oh, I like this. All right.
Jackson Dart, Russell Wilson, Jameis Winston.
It's going to be Russ. I mean, how many times has Russ been handed the first position?
4. 3.5.
Actually, he got handed the first position in Denver.
Yep.
And he got handed the first position in Pittsburgh.
Yep.
And he got handed the first position in New York now because that's what Coach Daboll said last night. You could say the only time Russ hasn't been handed the starter's job at quarterback as a professional was the one he won in Seattle
against Matt Flynn.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
He had to take that.
Yeah.
He's been given it everywhere else. So I'm going to go Russ.
Does training camp start next week? Are we playing games?
I'm going to go Russ. I'm going to go Russ, and I'm going to go that at some point the Giants are going to flip Jameis somewhere else because somebody else is going to be desperate enough to give them a draft choice they can't refuse for next year.
Maybe back to Cleveland. I think he'll start. I think Russ is going to face immense pressure this year, especially if Jameis stays. Jameis is a hugely popular locker room guy and a fan guy, and now we have the rookie phenom as well. Like, that's going to be a very difficult job to Russ to hold on to. And also, like, let's be honest, like, it's go time for the Giants. We can't come out 1-3 and then just make the quarterback switch. So I think it'll be Russ, but I would be open to it being Dart as well.
I'm going to go Russ.
Okay.
Let's talk wide receivers. We met both of these guys this week. We had Matthew Golden on the show this week, and Rich cut Ted McMillan in line at the airport when we were coming to Green Bay on Tuesday. Rookie wide receiver to score more touchdowns this year.
I go Golden for sure. There's something about it. It's like he was meant to be here. He's fast as hell. He embraces the crowd already. He's got a good quarterback. I go Golden for sure. I think he's going to have a big year.
And I'll go the other way around because, and I will only do this because I very rarely will go fantasy.
Do it.
Let me tell you something.
Okay, go on.
Do you play baseball fantasy?
I do.
Okay. So what's the most frustrating team in baseball fantasy in the last few years is the Tampa Bay Rays, right? Like, you have a Tampa Bay Ray, you have no idea if your guy's starting. You have no idea because it's all fungible, right?
Yes.
You move them around. That's the way I view Green Bay wide receivers. How many times you're like, I'm starting Romeo Doubs this week? 0.
I know.
Oh, I'm going Christian Wilkins. 0.
Yes.
Like, you never know whose day it's going to be in the Green Bay wide receiver department. And I'm going to go with Tet McMillan. In they got Tet. And they've got Leggett, and they've got, the vet sitting right there.
They do.
And Thielen. So I'll go Tet McMillan.
Yeah, Bryce Young, big winner last night. Yeah, I felt like.
I'll go Tet McMillan.
Okay.
Yeah.
Rich mentioned fantasy. Let's talk fantasy.
All right.
How about the fantasy running back you want most next year? Ashton Genty, Omarion Hampton.
All right, so I love the Hampton pick, and that was one that I feel like Harbaugh just sprinted up and like this is my guy easily. He's a classic Harbaugh guy. North-south, strong runner. It looks like Blake Corum, the same type of deal. So I'm going to actually zag on this. I think Hampton's going to have a huge fantasy season. Fantasy. Tons of those crappy little goal line touchdowns that don't amount to much other than 6 points. Yeah. I think Hampton will have a bigger fantasy season.
Oh, you do?
I do.
I'm
going to zag.
I don't know who's in the running back room with Ashton Genty. I mean, Genty's going to get the rock.
Mm-hmm. No, he'll get big carries.
I mean, Najee Harris and Omarion Hampton, I got to see how they're splitting it up. So I'm going to take Genty.
That's probably
Ashton Genty.
All right, fair. These two teams made a deal with each other last night. Bigger winner of the first round, Rams or Falcons?
Oh, okay. I thought you were going to say Eagles and Chiefs. Rams or Falcons? Go ahead, Rich.
I mean, first round Rams didn't make a pick. The Falcons got 2.
Yeah, but now they have 2 first-round picks next year.
I understand that, so that makes them a winner of next year's first round, correct?
But did they win last night?
They come on. How am I gonna, I love Les Snead and Les I trust, man. Come on now. And I think the Rams have uniquely positioned themselves.
The Rams suddenly have more picks than they know what to do with.
Well, the Rams, again, if you think next year's class is deeper, if you think, Arch may come out, if you're thinking all this sort of stuff, then you position yourself for next year. You don't need to stick a new quarterback in the room this year with Matthew Stafford and go for next year. So they're a winner maybe of next year's first round, but I'll take the Falcons, who finally got the pass rush handled, I
actually agree with the Falcons, too. The Falcons are becoming my favorite team at the draft. They just show up hammered every single year. It's something insane. Like, watch out for these crazy Falcons. After last year, they followed up with this. This was the draft. You just chill. Just have a water. Sit in the corner, Atlanta, and have a water. No, they're doing keg stands again. I love it. I'll go with Atlanta.
Yeah, it's like, how they come to the draft. They're like partying and dancing at 1:30 in the morning to Bachman Turner Overdrive, man.
We're taking care of business, Rich.
I love
like
Rich and I have earplugs in, pillows on our ears,
saying, "Will you?"
Every day, every way. Oh.
And I have loved my time in Green Bay.
Same.
I turned into Judge Smales last night at 1:30 in the morning. Don't you people have homes? I'm trying to sleep.
I know.
Okay.
Just as soon as I get so mad at them, though, I'll see some piece of Wisconsin charm. There's a big banner I walked past today. It said, "Drink Wisconsin Blee," and I'm like, perfect. I love you, Wisconsin
Just
people.
not at 1:30 in the morning.
No.
Okay, I wrote this not knowing you're going to be here, but it's actually perfect, Kyle.
Okay.
More likely tight end to have the most Bowers-like 2025 season.
Oh, boy.
Tyler Warren, Colston Loveland.
You know I'm going with this one. You know where I'm going with this one.
Lovejoy?
No, I'm going to go with Tyler Warren, actually.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, I will. And I love Colston Loveland, but Tyler Warren is, he has got himself a great setup right now. This is the only question is, how is Daniel Jones going to find him? Because he's going to start that season.
Oh, no doubt.
Right?
Yes. He will start the season. If I had any doubt about Colston Loveland after the interview I already talked about, when they went to his family's draft room and there were 2 full-ass deer mounted on the wall, and I was like, this guy, I want him as my tight end. I'm talking 16 pointers. It looked like Brad Wesley's basement in Roadhouse. like, where exactly are you living? I'm going with Loveland. I love that guy.
I just zagged.
All right, last one. The more likely one of our teams, meaning Patriots, Jets, Cowboys, that will regret passing on a skill player the most. Because we all took linemen.
It won't be you.
We had the boring draft.
It won't. No, dude, stop it.
We did have a boring draft.
No,
Jets, Cowboys, and Patriots.
I'll go Cowboys. I'll go with the Dallas Cowboys. Dude, no, seriously. You know it too, TJ.
What do I know?
You know it too. Come on.
You got to build that line, man.
Okay, and that's what the Jets did, and that's what the Patriots did too. But the Dallas at some point, again, let's see what they do. Do they get one of those Ohio State running backs tonight?
Yeah.
You got it.
Yeah.
I'm talking myself.
Your voice just went up 6 octaves. Yeah.
I went higher register, Kyle, is what I did.
Rich, in back-to-back drafts, the Jets passed on Brock Bowers and one of these tight ends.
I know that.
I know.
Trust me, I get it. I fully understand it. Put up the TJ Micah Parsons.
What do we got?
Burn this picture, man.
This is how Us Magazine is like who wore it better,
sure.
Right? Okay. So who wore their disappointment with Tyler Booker over Tyler Warren better? Is it TJ in the Appleton bar with the rest of the Rich Eisen Show crew, or Micah Parsons live on Bleacher Report last night? What do you think?
TJ looks worse than the Miz on that plane. That looks terrible.
Micah's got that look of, I know I'm on camera. I know this is going to be a problem.
Don't do it. Point that bottom lip. And CJ says, I don't give a damn in my bandana and my beard. I think it's Micah does a better job concealing it.
Yep.
This is like the theater masks. Like one's supposed to be happy and one's supposed to be sad.
Except both are tragedy.
Both are tragedy. What are we doing? This is both Romeo and Juliet. TJ, you're not hiding anything at all.
No, that's right.
Man, I was trying to take it all in.
Two Penn State guys who thought Penn State was about to be joining the Dallas Cowboys. But nope. That's what's more likely, presented by Spectrum. Elevate your home internet with a fast and reliable connection backed by a local team that's there when you need them. Make more things possible with Spectrum today. All right, just before we send Kyle off.
Yeah.
We've been hanging on to this story for 3 days. When do you like getting on a plane, Kyle? Immediately when your boarding zone is called, or you can hang out and just and wait to board?
I'm one of those insufferable hovering doorbusters.
Oh,
who's like
as soon as you can get on, you get on, right?
Yeah, and if I can cheat a landing zone and they're still on 1 and I'm 2, I'll go anyway.
Right,
yeah, for sure.
I almost like you remember how Larry David once upon a time picked up somebody so he could use the diamond lane, right?
Yeah.
I might just go ahead and get a child, just so I could board early.
Or a serviceman.
Exactly right.
Or someone elderly or an infirm.
Exactly. I befriend people just so I can maybe jump the line.
Like
right?
Wedding Crashers, these are our Purple Hearts.
Exactly. I would consider that. So Ted McMillan and his family were on our plane coming here.
Yeah.
I was zone 1. They were zone 1. I turned to Chris, and you can tell him what I say.
He looks at me and goes, I don't care if he's getting drafted early tonight. I'm getting on that plane.
I'm getting on that plane first. Wow. And I said hello to them. We chit-chatted. You see I walked up to them?
I saw your moves.
It was a
almost a chat and cut.
It was not almost. It was a chat and cut. I absolutely used the McMillan. Hey, Tet McMillan, I used you and your family to chat and cut.
That's it.
Okay, to get that first position. And I turned to him as they kind of a couple of them kind of looked at me like I was a little bit. I said, I was the first overall pick of NFL Network 22 drafts ago. That's what I said to him.
Yeah.
Okay.
As I inched forward and got on the plane.
And
first.
he said what?
And I am not. I said way before you were born, I was the first round draft choice, first overall pick of NFL Network 22 drafts ago. And I don't care.
I respect it. A veteran move.
I don't care.
Yeah.
Because the overhead bins were tight. There was a tight fix, and I was not checking a bag.
You're 1A. How is it tight?
Excuse me.
Overhead.
It was a tight commuter flight.
There's no one on the plane.
I don't care.
It was a small plane.
I was on the plane.
TJ, this is I said giveth and taketh away with Wisconsin. It's like the island of misfit planes. Like I don't know where they're getting these things, but the bins are like you can put your wallet in there, and that's it.
Yeah.
That's it. You can't. And so Rich is like, I'm not checking this bag. I totally get it. It turns into rollerball. Like you got to get on that thing and throw an elbow. I don't
Absolutely.
blame it.
I was looking for babies and the elderly to say, do you want to come on board or what?
You know what else you could do, Rich, is you can also fake your own injury if you have a limp.
Start limping.
Wow.
And you sell it.
Oh, my arm.
Yeah, those planes are small. Booger McFarland was sitting next to me, and the plane tilted when he got.
Oh, boy. Wow.
I'm saying, those
All
are
right.
small.
Now it sounds like it's getting personal. I was just business. Actually, no, I was first. Oh, boy. Kyle Brandt, everybody, congrats on the Emmy nomination for Good Morning Football. Hope you bring it home on NFL Network, 8 a.m. Eastern on Monday. And, of course, after that, GMFB Overtime right here on Roku.
Catch the Rich Eisen Show live weekdays from 12 to 3 p.m. Eastern on Roku Sports Channel in the U.S.